Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? I wanted to go ahead and make a video talking about the step-by-step on what I like to do in order to get ready for a track event, whether it be autocross or actual track driving at a track. I'm gonna go ahead and separate the video into three different steps, which I'm gonna be addressing the powertrain, brakes, system, tires, inside of the vehicle, and more importantly yourself. Whenever you go to the track, you want to make sure that you're comfortable, that you're prepared, that you're hydrated, because high performance driving, if you've never done something like this, you're gonna find out very quickly that it involves a lot of work. I mean, not just on mentally but physically as well. Even just driving the car for long periods of time can be very tiring. So, well, let's go ahead and get into the step number one. The first thing that I like to do on my car is basically check all my caps, make sure that everything is good to go, nothing is really loose, catch can, make sure that, I didn't leave anything loose or anything that's gonna wiggle out. Obviously, I have other videos in my channel talking about everything that I've had issues with in the past that tend to back off on these voodoo engines, that they just rattle like crazy. So, well, first and foremost is going to be your oil. Make sure that your oil is at a proper level. Make sure that the oil is fresh. You're not going to go do a track day with 8,000 miles in your engine and you haven't done an oil change ever since. Then you're also going to want to make sure that your coolant is at a proper level. Obviously this one I have the max line and the minimum, and I went ahead and just taped this off so that I can see my coolant. Another thing that they're gonna check at the track, this is very important, is gonna be your battery. So obviously the battery right now is secured underneath this plastic, but you gotta make sure that you have a battery hold down. And for those race cars out there that have everything done to them, make sure that the battery is at least zip tied. Sometimes they will let you get away with something like that, and some other times they require you to have a metal holder to hold down your battery. So very important on the battery. In my case, I actually like to keep track of everything that I've done. All of them were done at 50,000 miles. Fuel filter, differential, transmission, brake fluid, everything has been done. Engine oil, I just checked it because obviously I don't do that every 50,000 miles, but it is good. Make sure that you keep track of all your fluids. Make sure that you have something like that. That way you don't tend to forget things like that. So that's pretty much it regarding the inside of your engine bay. Like I said, battery, make sure that all your fluids are at the proper level. Brake fluid, and check your filters, make sure those are clean, make sure that everything is tied down. Just give a good shakedown to everything just to make sure that you're not gonna have anything coming loose. Now we're gonna go ahead and be moving into the inside of the car, because this is another thing that the people that are gonna be inspecting your car, the inspectors, they're gonna look out for all of these things. Some of these cars might come with these buttons that are gonna secure your floor mats in place. My car does, but either way they're gonna tell you, hey, go ahead and take them out. So you're gonna have to take these out. You're gonna also have, I don't have any rear seats, so I don't have anything to worry about, but just make sure that this, I gotta do something better before I take it to the track on this, just because I'm gonna have my windows rolled down, so I might get some sort of Velcro thing to hold this down. Another thing is gonna be anything like this, any sort of cables that might be flying around, water bottles. In my case, I usually have my N-gauge in my windshield. I decided to go ahead and take it off for right now, but that's something, phone mounts, anything that might be coming loose, you're gonna want to take that out of the car and leave it somewhere parked as you're waiting to get in line. Another thing is gonna be on your trunk area. Come over here. So in your trunk, you're gonna want to take anything that may be flopping around. This, for example, you're gonna want to take that out. You're gonna want to take, this is secured, so you don't have anything to worry about right here. As long as somebody, whenever they're checking the car, they're gonna come shake everything. So you just gotta make sure that everything is, nice and snug. It's not gonna be flying around everywhere. Alrighty, so something very important. Now we're gonna be moving on to the wheels, tires, and brakes. on your tires, you always want to make sure, because a little bit of backstory. I'm actually a service advisor. I'm a service advisor, so I learned this very, very quickly, that a lot of vehicles, they come in and people do not pay attention to the inside of their tires, and their alignment might be out for quite a bit of time and they don't realize it. So you always want to make sure that you turn your wheel all the way to either left or right and inspect the inside part of the close to the sidewall area of your tire, making sure that you don't have any wire showing or you don't have any secondary rubber showing. You want to make sure that the tire is wearing out very, very evenly. My tires are fairly new, so I mean, I don't have that to worry about for a long time, and so I got plenty of life on these tires, so I'm not gonna have any issues. Now, these tires that I have running on the car are Michelin Pilots 4S's. I got 305/30 in the front and 325/30 in the rear. I love the tire because it's the best, I think, best of both worlds. I mean, it's a summer tire that is gonna do great at the track. I mean, it's gonna do very, very well for what it is. I mean, nothing compared to our compound, and it's a tire that you can run every single day. So I don't have to be. I didn't want to be taking my wheels on and off every single time that I went to the track, and that's the reason why I went ahead and got these tires. They last forever. They perform really, really well, and you know, they're even good on the rain. So another thing is gonna be, so like I said, the tires is one thing. Then it's gonna be your brakes. You're gonna wanna check your brake pads, your brake pad thickness regularly. Mine right now, I just actually changed my brake pads to some aftermarket ones, thinking that they were gonna do better as far as brake dust, and they do, but nothing. I mean, as you can tell, they're still, you know, they're still really, really dirty. So, I mean, they get dirty. I can't really do much about that, but whatever. I mean, you're gonna want to check your brake pad thickness. You're gonna want to make sure that your rotors aren't warped. You know, if you're having really, really bad vibrations whenever you're stopping hard, then that means you have a warped rotor in the front. And if you're feeling it mainly in the seat, then you're gonna know that it's coming from the back rotors. Now, in a high performance vehicle like this, I do not suggest refinishing your rotors. I just suggest go ahead and replace them, just because the rotor, whenever it does have a discard thickness, but the problem with that is, you know, a thicker rotor will always do better, and especially whenever you're stopping from 140 miles an hour to 60 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour in a, you know, matter of seconds. It's best to just have everything the best condition that it can be. So now we're gonna go ahead and be moving on to the tire pressure. Tire pressure is very important at the track. Some of you may know this, most of you might, but some people don't know it. It's actually whenever you drive your vehicle, especially at a very fast pace and you brake hard, your tires get very, very hot. And the hotter they get, the higher the temperature inside is gonna be. So for example, if you're gonna go ahead and run your car at the track, you're gonna wanna make sure that you start your tire pressure. Say if you're gonna start at 30 PSI, well, after, you know, 3 or 4 laps, the tire pressure, because it's so hot, it might get up to 36, 37 PSI. So it's just something to keep in mind. You're gonna want the tire at its hot, optimum performance to be at a PSI where you're gonna wanna be, you know, not too high and not too low. In most cases, it's gonna be around 30, 32 PSI. So I like to run mine at 32 when it's hot. So I start them off when cold, they start off around 28 PSI. So talking about the alignment settings on the car, not just any car, but it's very, very important for you guys to check your alignment 2 to 3 times a year. I would say, in my opinion, 2 to 3 times a year is the norm. For me, that's what I tell all my customers. Hey, check your alignment 2 to 3 times a year. So a lot of people, NTB, Firestone, they're gonna sell you programs, and it will be a really good idea for you guys to take advantage of it, because I check my alignment. I'm lucky enough to have an alignment rack at my job. So I like to check my alignment at least once every 4 months, you know, just because the car, even though it sees a lot of street driving, it's also driven hard. So alignment can go out at any point. So, and me not knowing, you know, I'll destroy my tires. Moving on to the next step. we're gonna go ahead and be talking about the tow hooks here and towing points on every vehicle. Even if you don't have a tow hook, you're gonna wanna know where you can put a strap and tow your car, whether it's being from the back or the front. In this case, I have one on the back. I don't have one in the rear yet. But the front one, I went ahead and located it. It's very easy to see. So whoever it is pulling my car from the weeds is gonna know where to tow it from, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll be very pissed off. I've seen one of my friends. He has a GT350, and they had to tow him out of the track because the engine seized up. So they basically towed him from the strut tower, and you could literally see they were towing him with a truck, and you could literally see the strut tower just bending as they were bringing the vehicle out of there. So, I mean, just something to keep in mind, very important, your towing points. Okay, so now that I've talked about everything regarding the car and how to get your car ready, we're going to be talking about things that you're going to want to bring. This is just my little Husky tool bag that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I like to bring. This is a 21 millimeter to be able to take my wheels on and off. Don't ask me why I have that, because I don't even have a spare tire that is going to fit this freaking car with the big old brakes that it has. So I'm pretty much screwed if something was to happen to one of my tires. It goes flat. Well, I got to call one of my buddies to bring me a 19-inch wheel so I can put on my Shelby to go back home, or just get a tow truck. I like to have some blue tape and also preferably some black tape, because it obviously matches my car better, but no big deal. Some working gloves in case you gotta work on something hot. Zip ties. Zip ties are, I cannot stress how important this is. I've had zip ties in my car all the time, just because you never know. I mean, your bumper might come loose and you might need to zip tie to get home. Anything can happen. So zip ties, very, very important. Or you might, have a loose battery. You can zip tie the battery with this. Another thing is gonna be just your regular cutters, pliers. I forget what this thing is called. Flathead. And I like to keep a little funnel just in case I have to put some oil in my Voodoo, because apparently they're always drinking oil. So I like to also keep, at least 1 quart with me of oil. I like to bring to the track just in case. So this is the other things that I was talking to you guys about that you should bring for sure. So we're gonna have the spare tire kit. I don't really bring it because I'm gonna want to use the Fix-A-Flat in it. By the way, don't use the Fix-A-Flat. You're gonna end up having to replace the entire sensor. But this just to air up my tires if I need to after the track, if they're low, or I'll just go to a nearby gas station. I just bring this just in case. I have my little jack stand, a smaller floor jack. Make sure that it's a low profile one to get underneath the low vehicle. A chair to sit over there. I mean, you're gonna get very, very tired, especially if you want to have a sandwich or some cookies. You can just sit there and drink whatever the heck you bring. And your fuel. This is a 5-gallon jug. It's very important, especially for guys over here that are, running E85. E85 lasts me maybe about an hour on track before my car needs to go back and refill. So the best feeling is when you have some gas waiting for you, when your low gas comes on when you're at the track, and then this thing is just waiting for you so you can refill your car and go back out for another run. So it's really nice. Make sure you bring that with you. If you have more, bring more. But my car, definitely I have to bring it because it's on E85 and it loves to chug the gas. Ready. So the last step when it comes to the outside of the vehicle is going to be the numbers. Track numbers are very, very important. They are going to be the ones that are going to be able to tell the judges and people who are keeping times to see, hey, that car is in this class with this number. So they're going to know your name, what class you're in, all of that. So Camp C is my class. This actually stands for Classic American Muscle Contemporary. In my opinion, my car is not really a muscle car anymore, but it still falls into this category. Mustangs and basically any muscle car that is 4-seater falls into this. So Corvettes are not in this category, for example, but in also cars that are lightly modified. So my car falls into this category. and I went ahead and just picked 77 because it's my favorite number. Alrighty, so we're almost done. Like I said, I've addressed the engine, the fluids, the car overall, the interior, the wheels, tires, brakes. So now we're gonna go ahead and address you as the driver. What do you need to do in order to prepare as the driver, as the one piloting this vehicle, to do the best you can? For one, you're gonna wanna stay hydrated. I like to bring something like this to the track with me every time I go, because it's crazy how quickly you can be you can starve your body from fluids, and how quickly you can be dehydrated out there because you're outside in the elements. You got heat and the sun's beating down on you. It might be cold, might be hot, who knows, but you are gonna be tired. So make sure you bring some water with you. Drink it every single time you get near your car. Make sure you take big gulps of water, just so that way you stay hydrated, you don't get headaches, you don't get tired. So water, very, very important. Another thing is gonna be what shirt you decide to wear. I actually don't know anything about fishing, but I have a fishing shirt, and I have other shirts, but fishing shirts are the best because they are designed for people who are gonna be out in the elements for a long time, fishing. They're gonna be very, very fresh. They're long sleeve most of the time, so that way they cover your arms from the sunlight. That's something you're gonna really want. So you want something fresh, pants that are fresh, not something dark. Maybe light pants on the light side, just so that way you can you can attract the less heat into your body as you can. You might want to bring a hat, maybe not. I like hats, but I don't like hats after 3 hours of being out in the sun, because it literally bakes your head, and I have a lot of hair, so it bakes my hair and my head. It gives me headaches. But do bring sunglasses with you if it's gonna be a sunny day. It's gonna make it a lot easier for you guys to be able to see what you're doing, concentrate, not get headaches. The last thing is gonna be a nice helmet. Everywhere, or whoever it is that you're doing the track event with, you're gonna want to make sure to see the regulations for helmets. Just go on their website and check it out. But this is my helmet. It's black. It matches the car. That's why I like it. And then I like it like this. I feel like the ones that kind of show your chin are they're kind of weird looking. I feel more at home with something like this. So, and then I have my little GoPro mount here that I like to attach. Another thing is, I almost forgot to talk about, is it's gonna be cameras. If you can pick up GoPro, it doesn't have to be the latest version one, but you're gonna want to pick up any camera, not necessarily a GoPro, but any camera, so that way you can go back and watch, and you can see, oh, in this corner I can cut faster, or I can give it more gas sooner. Things like that that are gonna be able to, you're gonna be able to look back and see that things that you didn't realize whenever you were driving behind the wheel. Now you're gonna be able to go back and tell it to yourself, oh wow, well next time that I go out, I already know what to do in this corner instead of what I did before. So make sure you have a way to record what you're doing out there, so that way next time you go out, you do better. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and please comment. I love everybody who's commenting on these videos, because I'm just getting started. I've never done this before. I'm trying to do it all on my own, and I really like to see the support so that some of you guys give me. Please comment, give me ideas on things that y'all would like for me to come out with, videos that you guys might want to see. Maybe is even if you want me to take the car to the drag strip, I'll take the car to the drag strip. I enjoy that too. I just like having fun with the car. I do everything, so just let me know. I know like most of you guys out there are not even into curves, and y'all are mainly into the straight line performance, which is okay. I like it too, but I like this type of driving better. But just let me know in the comments what y'all want to see, and I'll see you guys on the next one.